What's up, Team GPS? Matt Peters here. I'm here to talk to you about microphones. I want to talk today about the microphones that we use in the studio at Gotham Podcast Studio in New York City. We use the Rhode Procaster. The Rhode Procaster is one level up from the Rhode Podcaster. The Podcaster has a USB input, but the Procaster has a traditional XLR. It has a great build quality. I'll take off the windscreen real quick so you can see what it looks like without all this stuff on it. There you go. It comes in at about $220, which is really good for the microphone of this quality. It's what we use in all of our studios. We have 4 studios in Midtown Manhattan. We have about 20 of these bad boys in rooms and in backup stock rooms, just in case. But we've never had one go down. We've been using these for 3 years. You do need some accessories to go along with this microphone, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about price. Because some other microphones may not need the accessories. So this is kind of a must-have. This is going to help with general sound quality. These will run you about $20 each. So $220 for the mic, $20 for the windscreen, so you're already at $240. If you're going to use this on any sort of arm or stand, I would recommend the shock mount. The shock mount is going to keep it in place when you move it around, so you're going to get less of that table noise, less of that movement noise. If you are on a boom mic, you're going to be moving the microphone around a lot, so you're going to, it doesn't translate that movement into the recording. And you're probably not hearing anything. I don't remember exactly what they cost. I think they're $60 each. So already we're close to $300 for this microphone with all the accessories. Standard XLR cable is going to get you into your feed. It's going to get sound to your recording device, unless you're recording directly into your computer, which you'll need an XLR to USB converter, which they do sell those on Amazon pretty cheap. So that's a good way to get right into the game. So you can have a good, high-quality microphone right into your Zoom calls and your Skype sessions, your Twitch streams, whatever you want to do, even record your podcast at home. If you have either a small interface, like a Behringer 2-channel interface, or you can get that USB converter and go right into your computer and be ready to roll right away. So one of the great things about the Rhode Procaster is the directional quality of it. This is a dynamic microphone and the directional recording pattern. So I'm going to demonstrate what that means. So I'm talking in the microphone. I'm hitting the sweet spot. I'm not wearing headphones, but I know it's going to sound good because I'm right here. But the moment I move away, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And you probably can't even really hear me that well. You're getting noise from over here. You're hearing things around the room. Your engineer or yourself is going to have to turn you up. And the higher you turn up the gain or the volume, it's going to bring in more noise. So you want to be able to reduce the chance of that happening. So you really do want to be kind of in that sweet spot, right up on the microphone. When you're in a public studio like Gotham, sometimes you might be hesitant about putting your mouth on the microphone. I understand that. I record my podcast, Martial Culture Podcast, here as well. I use the same rooms, the same microphones as everybody else. Gotham does clean these windscreens every day. We do put the microphone covers on before every recording and take them off. Feel comfortable that you can feel comfortable. Get the right sound. What you don't want is to find out that 2 days after your recording session, you were sitting back here and say, "Why don't I sound good?" We got to make sure we're close to the microphone. The more we drift, the worse it's going to sound. Also, if you're recording a multi-track, the higher, if I have another microphone here and then I'm here talking on this microphone, the further away I am, the engineer also has to increase the recording volume and recording levels on both microphones. So when I'm talking, my voice might get picked up on the other microphone. We want to avoid that as much as we can. Dead center is where I want to be. So I'm not going to mess with the levels. I'm going to leave the recording volume, the decibels, right where they are. Like you hear me right now, I sound pretty good. I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like at different distances away from the microphone. I'm about maybe 1.5 feet away at this point. This is what it sounds like. A little bit further away. Further away and then off to the side. So I think that is a good demonstration to show you what it's going to sound like. It also is great. Let me turn this microphone actually around. So I talked to you about that it's directional. It's going to cancel a lot of the sound that comes from behind it. So let me turn this microphone around and see what it sounds like. I'm going to keep talking. As I turn the microphone around, you're going to hear that it's going to reject and reduce some of the quality and some of the sound from my voice. And if I'm talking almost literally into the other side of the microphone, it's going to sound a lot different than if I was talking directly into the... Let's bring that back around. You can see that really the best sound is going to come when I'm right here. We want to make sure you get the best quality sound out of your recordings. We want to make sure that you are happy at the end of the day. And also, if you're recording at home, you want to be able to use that microphone to its highest ability. You want to make sure you get the highest quality sound that you can out of the microphone that you paid hundreds of dollars for. So make sure that you're in that sweet spot. When in doubt, usually the 4-finger method, put 4 fingers between your mouth and the microphone, and that's a good distance that you can be. That's what we always tell people in the studio. 4 fingers is great. The closer you get, the better it's going to be. Watch other podcasters on YouTube. You're going to see most of them are really close. So you got to remember, the closer you to the microphone, the better the sound quality is going to be. But there's an asterisk on that. If I'm close to this microphone and I'm having a great time, I'm doing my podcast, me and my friends are having a great time, and this guy tells a joke, and I really think it's funny. If I laugh, my normal, very loud laugh right here, it's going to distort the audio. I'm not going to do that because it's going to distort your ears, but it's very important. And good microphone etiquette and using, the more comfortable you get talking in a microphone, the more you'll learn. If you're going to do something loud, back away. If my volume of my voice gets louder and louder and I'm exclaiming because something great just happened, I can get farther away. Your listeners will understand if it sounds a little bit echoey for a second, and then I come back in and I'm talking my normal voice. So I want to come back here when I'm really excited, and then I want to come back in here when I'm back down to my normal voice. People ask me all the time, do I have to wear my headphones during my session? You don't have to. If you don't want to talk to the engineer in the control room, you don't have to. If you're not doing a virtual session and you don't have to listen to anybody over the headphones, you don't have to. But the best part about headphones, and people ask me, why would I wear headphones? It's to monitor yourself. This allows you to hear what I hear as an engineer. So what you hear is what I hear and is what is recorded. So if you are listening to yourself and you move a little bit further to the side, you're going to hear that difference in your headphones. You're going to hear, oh, I've moved a little bit. My voice has gone down. I'm a little echoey. I'm far away. Let me get back on the mic. So it's a good way to course correct in real time. So you can hear the difference in real time. If you're comfortable and you understand how to use a microphone to its fullest extent, don't wear headphones. If you won't need to keep that reminder in your head, wear the headphones. It also is good to wear one ear off. Some people will compete with themselves when they wear headphones. So they will wear the headphones, they'll talk into the microphone, and they also want to have that external, I can hear my own voice in the room, competition inside their head. So you've ever done this before, you're listening to music in your headphones, somebody tries to talk to you, and you're answering them back, but you're answering them back really loud because you need to hear your own voice as you answer them back. So that you're competing with yourself a little bit. So if you wear one earphone off, you can hear what it sounds like in the room, and you can also hear what it sounds like in the recording. It's a great way to monitor yourself. That's why you see like musicians when they're recording an album, they have one earphone on and the other one off. Energy is great. I want to have big energy and I want to be very energetic with my listeners, but being loud does not equal energy. So I don't have to be loud in order to have high energy. Just keep that in mind. And you'll have the best recording experience for recording your podcast at home, recording your podcast here with us at Gotham Podcast Studio. Using good mic etiquette is the best route to good quality. And again, we use the Rhode Procaster here. We also use these Shure SM7Bs in our production studios that are more video focused. The main difference between those two microphones, I would say, is the SM7B is very gain hungry. So I would use a mic booster with that, something like a cloud lifter. We can talk about that in the future. We use Clark Technic for our mic boosters, but we'll do another video on mic boosters in the future. Don't forget to subscribe. There's going to be more content coming from Gotham. Check us out on Instagram at Gotham Podcast Studio, and we hope to see you in studio sometime soon. All right, Team GPS, we'll see you.